Hello everyone, it's Kat and I'm back today for a project pan check-in. So it is April. I feel like I've done okay this month. I have been playing around with a lot of makeup, so I feel like I'm more inspired to play with lips and play with eyes that are outside my project pan, but I still feel like I'm making progress because I just find that even if I delve outside with eyeliners or eyeshadows or whatever it happens to be, as long as I sort of keep the core products the same, there's progress somewhere. So I have used up some products, which is great. Now I've got two powders in my project pan and I've pretty much used them all up. So I've got my loose powder from Sigma, which is the Soft Focus Setting Powder in Vanilla Bean. Use this up, it is completely empty. I did quite like it, I do miss it. I also had my pan powder from Nikkia Joy Cosmetics, and there is a tiny rim left. So this part I am just sort of like scraping away at and using it. So I think this will be like a couple of days of application. So I'm going to say this is done for this project, but I do have a tiny bit left. Now I've only got one powder in my collection, so I'm going to be replacing it with my Glossier Wowder. Now I don't love this because I have to use quite a lot of it to set my base. I find that it sort of doesn't, I think because it is supposed to not be too drying, it just means it doesn't set very well. So I feel like I'm going to go through this pretty quickly, but it is barely used. I've literally just started using it in the last couple of weeks, but I'm going to start working through this, and this I only got like last year, so it's fairly fresh. I have placed an order in Sephora sales for a Huda powder, so I do have a powder coming, but I'm now sort of chasing my tail with powders because I've got one glowy pressed powder, which I don't really want to use as a daily powder. That's more for adding sort of luminosity. And I've got a little travel size Hourglass loose powder, which I'll bring when I'm sort of traveling anywhere, and I've got some travel coming up. So yeah, I am nearly out of powders completely, which is funny. So yeah, that's what I've brought in it to replace it. I've also used up my foundation lightening product from Mecca Max, which is devastating because I need it to finish my foundation. So this foundation is way too dark for me. I love it, it's great, but it's too dark for me, and this is the perfect thing to lighten it. But I've used this up. So I did Marc here, and it has that sort of airless pump. So the sort of platform goes up and up and up, and now it's to the top and it's finished. So the only thing I could really use to lighten my foundation was a concealer that I had. This is the Maybelline Master Conceal in the shade 10 Fair. And I had this unopened, had the seal on it, specifically for this reason. I use it as like a lightening product. So if you want a really cheap, easy way to lighten a foundation, I always say go to a drugstore concealer and get like the lightest shade. If you're yellow toned, try to find the lightest in a yellow tone. If you're pink toned, go for the pinker side. If you are like me and you've got one that is a little bit too yellow and you're neutral, try to find a pinkish one. So I've been using this. I don't think I'm going to actually swap this into the project, so I don't really want to mark it and weigh it and pay attention to it that much. I'm literally using this to make my foundation work. Now, to be fair, this doesn't work as well as this because this was a lot lighter and a lot more pink toned, so I had to use less to correct it, if that makes sense. Whereas this is only a couple of shades lighter than this, so I end up having to almost use a 50-50 mix, which is odd. So yeah, if I'm looking like my foundation is darker than my neck these days, it's because of this situation. It is what it is, but I'm making do. Couple more updates. I'm actually going to get rid of a couple of things. So yes, project pans are designed to use up your products. Good, but I find that they're also really helpful at identifying products they don't really want anymore. And one that I am struggling with is my Marc Jacobs Highliner in Out of the Blue. I love this shade, but it's too dry. And because I do have water activated liners, I've also got a gel liner from MAC that's in this color that works a lot better. I don't know why I'm staying there like scratching my face to get this to work. So this one is going, and I'm not going to replace it because I have a lot of liners in my project. Also, I've been finding that I'm not reaching for these lip products. So these lip products I think at the moment are a bit too dark for me. I am wearing Project Pan lip products today, which I'll talk about, but this is sort of the level of nude that I want to go for. These are a lot darker and I'm just not feeling it. So I've got my Suva Beauty Badnum. This was like a hydrating matte liquid lipstick. It's a formula I don't tend to use much anymore. I prefer either like a creamy lipstick or a bit of a gloss. So this sort of dry matte is not my cup of tea. So I'm actually going to get rid of this because I don't feel like I need to force myself, like hate pan things. Like why? It looks nice and it's not a product I hate. I just don't want to reach for it. Same as this Colourpop Brat Pack. This is a really, really beautiful lippy stick, and I love lippy stick formulation. This again is just too dark for me, so it's just, it doesn't sit, I don't know, I feel like it sort of ages me. It looks a bit funny. It's not something I want to reach for. So I'm going to get rid of those, but I am going to be introducing one new lip product, and that is another Colourpop product. This is the Just a Tint Lip Crayon in Gimme Small. So this one, again, is something that I would wear on a daily basis, and you can see the difference in preference of color. Like, why force myself to do that when I can wear something I want to wear? So it's kind of similar to what I'm wearing today. It's not what I'm wearing, but this is one of those easy things I can just like throw on at any time during the day. I do have quite a lot in this, so this is going to be, I don't know, we'll see how long that takes, but I do like this, and I like the color, and I like the effect of it at the moment. So if I'm going a bold lip, I prefer to go a brighter color. I'm not going browns so much these days, so why struggle with it? Another random thing that I'm adding in is this little Hourglass primer. So this is the Veil Mineral Primer. It's just a mini. I had it in my drawer, and I was like, I'm looking for powders. I just thought I may as well use this up. So it's just a mini. I haven't used it. It's been kicking around for a while, and it's 4.11 mil. So I should use this up fairly easily, and I don't have a primer at the moment in my project. So that's coming in. So that's where we're at with changing things up. In terms of progress of things, I've been making pretty good progress on my foundations. This is my Lancome foundation, and it's in the shade 03. I probably would suit like 02 or something because this is too dark for me, but it wears beautifully, so I really like it. My progress has slowed down slightly, so I started up there, last month was here, and now it's down to that blue line, but I'm still making good use out of it, and we're getting sort of in the narrow end of the bottle, so I feel like that's going to be used up fairly quickly. So I'm thinking maybe 2 more months, which is good, because then we'll be in like the dead of winter, and this will be quite hard to color correct. So I do want to use that up if I can by like winter. I've also been using my finishing spray a little bit. So this is my Smashbox Centering Citrus Photo Finish. It's like a priming spray, so you can use it under your base or over your base. I quite like using it over. When I'm lazy, I also use this to activate my cake liners. So that's how I've been sort of using it. But again, I've been using quite a bit. So the last month's check-in, there wasn't much progress, but I've been using a lot more. I don't know why I've been using a lot more, but I have been. So progress on that, which is great. Okay, face color products. I have been religiously using these, so that's good. Have I seen much dents? I don't know. That one's looking quite the same. So this is the M Cosmetics Heaven's Glow Magic Hour Blush. Really, really pretty. Was very domed, getting a little bit more flat. There'll be photos on the screen because I know the lighting makes it hard to see, but I've been using that quite a lot. Today I'm using my Hourglass one. So this one's a lot brighter. It's good for a bold cheek, but it's very bright. Like, you can't use as much as you can with this because it goes quite corally very quickly. So this is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush in Mecca Glow, and this one again, I am using it, but the progress is very, very slow because I can only use a very small amount. Then as a highlighter, I'm loving my Nabla highlighter. This is in the shade Ozone, and I'm just like, I feel like I'm so close to hitting pan. Obviously, I'm not there yet, but I use this pretty much every day and I really enjoy it. So this is just, I'm having a good time with it. I filmed my Project Pan update yesterday, and I haven't got around yet to taking progress photos of it. So I always film first and then take progress photos later because it's just what I do. And I mentioned with my highlighter that I was like, I'm so close to hitting pan. I put it on today. Beautiful. I didn't take progress shots in the video. I'm like, I'm so close to hitting pan. I was one application away. I'll have to put weights of my little Rare Beauty highlighter and blush minis. I do wear them, not every day. I was like, I'm going to wear these every day and get use out of them and try to finish them up ASAP. But they're a little bit more effort than using the powder. So, and I find sometimes by the end of the day, I get like patchy breakdown slightly, which I'm not like the biggest fan of. So I wear this when I remember. But I'm gonna, broken record, I'm gonna try to use this up before winter because they're sort of summery colors or warmer weather colors for me. And I do have wintry colors that I have in my collection. So I'll have weights on the screen. Again, there's progress, but there's still a lot in there. Let's be real. So I took out those lip products and added in a new one, but the only lip products I have existing is what I'm wearing on my lips today. So it's these two. So I've got my little Colourpop lip liner in the shade Another Round, which I really like, and you can see how small this is. So I'll have a comparison on the screen of where I was up to last month, but you can see I've sharpened it a few times. I like to put this all over my lips and sometimes just wear it as like a matte lipstick. It's a really good color for me. So again, if I compare the colors on my hand, this is a great color for me. This is obviously will show my lips through it. This is too dark. So you can see where I'm sort of leaning at the moment. So I'm just gonna lean into it and use up what suits me at the moment. And then I've got over the top this Pat McGrath Faux Real Lust Gloss. And again, this is quite light. And I've got that sort of over the top. So it is a little bit more peachy colored than this, but this is the combo I have going on at the moment. I think it's really pretty. It's quite glossy at the moment. Sometimes I sort of tone it down a bit, but I feel like that's a good thing about combining these two is that you can put a little bit of gloss, you can put a lot of gloss, you can put a little bit of color, you can put more color, whatever it happens to be, you can sort of tweak the effect of it. And I enjoy using these. So I'm going to have weights of this on the screen. I tend to lose this in my handbag a bit, so I'll use it for a few days, then I'll lose it. I'll try to find it, and it's not consistent progress, but I'll try to have it on my computer desk so I can reapply a bit during the day. Onto eyes, I have been using my Kaleidos Tone Activator Eye Primer quite religiously. So that one I'll have weights on the screen. Again, I know I'm getting really low with this. It feels like it's almost an empty tube, but whenever I squeeze it, there's more that comes out. So it is what it is. I also have my Iconic London Chrome Flash Eye Potting Cosmic. Now this is hard to get progress on because it's like a jelly that doesn't want to pick up easily. It's hard to explain, but when you put your brush in it, it sort of fights back like a bit like slime or something. So I can't really apply too much, but I also can't apply too much because it's really, really bright and really light on my eyes. So I actually like using this with a bit of a fluffy brush and just dusting it on like a bit of a sheerer twinkle, but I don't do that every day. So this one, it's a long haul product, which is fine. It is what it is. So I'll have weights of that on the screen as well. Oh, I actually did find my little lipstick. I thought I lost this. This is my Amazing Amal by Charlotte Tilbury, my little mini one. To be fair, I thought I lost this and I had barely used it. So I'll have photos on the screen, but I think I've used this twice. It is what it is. So again, this is not a color I love reaching for at the moment. It's just not, I like a more vibrant sort of orangey red. So I'm going to keep this in just because variety. But no, I'm not going to declutter it because it's really pretty. Okay, so getting rid of that one eyeliner and getting rid of the one last month, it means I've still got 4 eyeliners in this project, which shows that I really overloaded with liners at the start. Now, I have used all of these this month, but I mainly use the brown, I think, and I also have been using my winged liner a little bit. Both of these are from Mecca Max. So I will have weight comparison, whatever I've done, I'll have comparisons on the screen so you can see what I'm up to. I have sharpened my Maybelline tattoo liner. I love this color. This is so good. So this is that, it is getting dry, which is why it's in my project pan. But even being dry, it still applies beautifully, and it's such a stunning, vibrant, like it's a dark color, but you can see that it's just got a lot of vibrancy to it. I love it. It's so good. So good. Anyway, comparisons will be on the screen, and then also weight or comparisons for my Revlon green eyeliner. Again, this is one that I think I was hoping to use more because I thought, oh, brown eyes and the colors that I've been using, this works really well, but it is a more subtle liner because it isn't as dark as something like that. So I don't reach for it every day, but I have used it a few times in the past month. Lastly, my eyeshadow palette. Now I do want to preface by saying that I've been testing an eyeshadow palette, so I haven't been using this every day, but I'm sure there's progress. So let's have a look anyway. This is where I'm up to. So you can see that last month I did hit pan on these two. I'm so close to hitting pan on this one. That's going to be my goal because that's a really beautiful winter color. And again, we're getting into the cooler months, but I'll have close-up photos on the screen from last month to this month if you want to see how I'm going with that. But again, look, I could probably hit pan a little bit on this brown, but realistically, I think if I used up these two middle shades and then hit pan like decent pan on the 2 browns, like I'm happy. That's my goal. I mainly put this in my project pan so I didn't waste those 2 middle shades because they're really, really beautiful. And I was thinking of decluttering this. So if I can use up those 2, I'm happy. Oops, I was just packing away and I realized I forgot to talk about my Winky Luxe Clear Brow Gel. Now, similar to last month, I've only got a little bit left in the very bottom and I've scraped the edges clear. Now, I was going to count this as done and be like, I don't care, whatever, but I thought I'll give myself 1 more month. So that's the update for that one. So that's my project pan update in a bit of a rush. I think I'm still, again, I'm finding a really nice balance between enjoying makeup but also using up things, and I think that's the perfect balance I want to strike. I don't want my life to be boring and I have to use this makeup every single day of my life to use it up. Like, I feel like even just looking at my collection and being like, oh, I've only got like 2 concealers, I've only got 1 powder left, my foundation drawer is minimizing significantly, so I'm doing really well with sort of curbing my collection. So I'm happy with that. And when I was trying to find products that I wanted to pan in terms of like lip products, a lot of them I'm just like, I'm happy to have this. This is cool. Like, let's just keep it here. So I feel like I'm getting to a really great stage, and I feel like I'm balancing project panning with using makeup and exploring and playing with makeup as well, which is great. So that's the ultimate goal that I want to reach anyway. So let me know how you're going with your project panning. What have you used up? What are you enjoying? What are you struggling with? Let's have a chat in the comments, and a big thank you to my members for supporting my channel. Mwah! And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.